Good afternoon. Phil Lindeman with your news from Avalanche Physical Therapy on Krystal 93. Loveland Pass was closed for more than 5 hours today and just reopened after a vehicle had a very close call with an avalanche. Bob Wilson with CDOT.
It didn't bury any vehicles. There was one vehicle that basically the snow ran up alongside the vehicle and across the roadway. CDOT crews went in there, cleaned up the roadway, and allowed the driver to drive out of there on his own. He was a little bit shaken up.
The slide coated the road just above the second switchback past A-Basin. Another avalanche struck Berthoud Pass this morning around 11. It did not reach the road. Authorities feared at least 2 people were caught in that slide after reports of tracks entering the slide path. Search and rescue scoured the area using avalanche dogs and beacons and found no victims. Pug Ryan's in Dillon has a new owner, Chris Locke. He's a one-time waiter, math teacher, and construction pro who built and then sold a glass company on the Front Range. We sat down with Locke today at lunchtime to learn more about his plans for Pugs and tenants like affordable music.
Status quo. Long-term tenants, love them all, want to keep them here. Just having conversations with them on what we can do to make sure that their spaces are good for them and maintained and things along those lines.
Locke bought the entire building for $2.5 million from longtime owners Travis and Annie Holton.
They've built a killer staff. The staff is phenomenal, and they've just done a great job with the restaurant.
Locke says he is bringing the Tiki Bar back to the marina this summer and spending time on the brew floor with brewmaster John Jordan.
I'm not a brewer right now, but I'm going to be a brewer in 6 months or whatever, and John is going to be sticking around to help out a lot with that, train me, teach me, and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Locke is meeting with town officials later this spring to hear their vision for the building and how it fits into a town core master plan first adopted in 2009 and updated in 2020. Town of Frisco passed the county's first pay-as-you-throw recycling laws last night, despite objections from Councilman Andrew Aronson.
I'm finding it disappointing and concerning that we as a body are willing to pass a law with the information as deficient as it's been provided.
Pay-as-you-throw makes recycling bins mandatory town-wide and charges more for overfilling your trash bin. It passed with no estimates on what it will cost for residents and businesses. Rules will start taking effect next year. This week on the State of Summit.
As soon as we close for the season, we're going to get started this summer building a new lift that's going to go into Bergman Bowl, and that is just going to be an absolute game changer for the resort.
That was Lauren Roberson with Keystone. This is Keystone's biggest addition since 2003 when Bergman opened to hiking.
Terrain up there has been accessible via hike too, but it's about a 1.5 mile hike.
The new chairlift is a 6-pack, taking you to 555 acres in Bergman and Erickson Bowls.
Above tree-line bowl skiing, but in Bergman Bowl, it's really going to be more for intermediate rated skiers. And then over in Erickson, you really have some of that more gnarly terrain, so we'll have a few new black trails over there.
The Bergman chair opens next season, part of a $300 million spend on 21 chairlifts at 14 resorts. Tune in again next Wednesday for the State of Summit on Krystal 93. In sports, the Avalanche played the Canucks tonight at 7:30. And in local sports, Summit High Boys Lacrosse is playing Crested Butte away today. Phil Lindeman with your news from Avalanche Physical Therapy on Krystal 93.